Everyone wants to be more productive, but there's so much advice out there. It's so hard to know what to follow. It's so hard to know what to do. All right, and as a mom, a business owner, someone that homeschools their children, I understand busy mom life. I understand busy parent life. I understand why we need to be so very productive in our lives in order for us to be able to continue functioning, like to get the things done, especially if money is a factor. So today we're going to talk about time blocking versus time boxing and how both of these techniques can be used to help boost your productivity in a way that doesn't take more of your time or your focus. Hello, I'm Carolee Galt, and I'm an ADHD business and productivity mentor that runs an entire agency that is focused on productivity solutions for the ADHD entrepreneur. So if you have ADHD and you struggle with laziness, okay, and you know you need to be more productive, I have some productivity hacks and tips that will allow you to use your ADHD to your advantage and not be burnt out. Are you ready? Throughout our lives, we're always told, let's hustle, right? We're always told you have to work more, put in more hours, do more things, do all the things in order to be more productive. Okay, yeah, that worked at one point. But if we want to also make sure that our mental health is taken care of, we can't just continue to hustle because our bodies hurt, our minds hurt, and it's not sustainable. So today I'm going to talk to you about time blocking and then also time boxing and how and when you can use these. Okay, so let's first start with what in the world are these? So many of us have probably heard of time blocking because it is a huge thing that is talked about in business and in productivity circles. And so if you are sure what time blocking is, fantastic. Otherwise, just keep listening anyway. And so time blocking is when you essentially set aside a certain amount of time to complete a task, ordinarily to completion. That's normally the goal or a certain milestone in that project, okay? And that works really, really well if you need some urgency and some pressure added to get a task done. And if that's how you work, time blocking works amazingly if you know how long things take you. What I've found from myself and other clients is that a lot of times we have no idea how long things actually take us. We could say something is going to take us 30 minutes and 3 hours went by and you finally completed it. And you sit there and you're like, wow, that's where all my time goes. Like, I didn't realize that something I thought that took 30 minutes actually takes 3 hours. Whoa, I really need to reevaluate how I do things or reevaluate how long things just take me in general. Did you know that only 20% of people actually do a time audit regularly? Meaning they actually audit their time on a regular basis of at least once a month to where they know how long things actually take them. So that way when they sit down to do a task, it's accurate. Okay? Wouldn't that be great to know how long things are actually going to take you? Especially in the business when you create packages, that's not based off of an hourly rate. I mean, it's based off of an hourly rate. But if you're in that example, that 30 minutes, and it actually takes you 3 hours, you're not working for free. Even if you doubled it. Right? I don't want that for you. I want you to be successful, managing your time, making the money. But it all starts with knowing how long things actually take you. Because honestly, that's where a lot of our stress comes from, is that our time's running away from us and we don't even know where it's going. So it's confusion, it's overwhelm, it's burnout. So here's the moral of the story here, before I get onto time boxing, is you need to know how long things take you. And if you're not sure how long things take you, you need to do a time audit. And I actually have in the description of this video, a time audit tracker, okay? This time audit works really, really well for those ADHD entrepreneurs and business owners, okay? But even if you're not and you are still hanging in here and watching this, this will also work well for you as we specialize in working with ADHD entrepreneurs, but that's not the only client that we work with. And so if you are still hanging in here and you like the vibe here, then you can go ahead and grab that time audit as well and get going on that. So that is my advice for time blocking, especially if it's not working. Okay, time audit 100%. Now, time boxing is something that I have been doing for a really long time. but I didn't even realize it. Well, meaning I didn't realize it had a name. And so when I was doing some research, because I'm always researching all the things, how can we improve what I'm doing? Either that's productivity, time management, all the stuff, right? How can I give more support to my clients and to myself? And so we ran across time boxing, and I was like, oh, I do time boxing. Time boxing is where you essentially set a timer for, let's say, 30 minutes, and you set out on a task. And whatever you complete in that task for that 30 minutes is what you complete. So, for example, I use this when engaging on social media. Otherwise, I'm going to scroll, I'm going to comment, I'm going to engage, and an hour runs by. And I've now, I did work on my business and I did some good stuff, but was it what I was supposed to be working on? Was it what I scheduled? Was it like, well, you know what I mean? So time boxing in this case is setting the timer for 30 minutes. You can use your phone, you can use a handheld, whatever you want. Just get a timer, set a timer for example, 30 minutes and engage on social media. When it goes off, whatever you completed is what you completed. This works really well for all sorts of things. If you're working on a project and you just need to freely just be like, I am done after this 30 minutes. And that works for you, great. Okay? What I found is when I put a number on some certain tasks is I have resistance. I push back and my brain decides it doesn't want to work with me any longer. And it actually hurts my productivity. So because of that, I realized engaging on social media, if I'm like, I need to comment on 5 posts or whatever, but I only have 30 minutes. When I got down to those 30 minutes and maybe I hadn't completed those 5, I got really discouraged. And then I put some more pressure on myself. So in this case, I was like, you know what? One day I can get 3 engagements done. Another day I could get 10 engagements done. Whatever. I'm just going to put a time limit on it, and however many I get done is what I get done. Okay? So if time boxing is something that works for you, absolutely use it wherever you need to. You can use this in any shape or form. You can use time blocking and time boxing in not in rhythm with each other necessarily, but you can use them for different tasks and projects in your life and into your business, okay? Another thing I like to throw in here is a Pomodero technique. There is a video, which is linked in the description, about why I love using the Pomodero technique as well. So you can go ahead and check that out too. Go ahead and like and subscribe, because we are going to be dropping one new video every single week about productivity solutions for the ADHD entrepreneur, and I would love to be able to support you. And your next step, if you'd like, besides subscribing to this channel, is if you'd love to join our free group. It's hosted on Facebook. Currently, the link is in the description of, it's down below, all right? And I love to pour into you a little bit more than I do here on this YouTube channel, just because I can connect with you a little bit better and get to know you. So if you'd love to drop in there, it's completely free, and you can go ahead and do that. So, are you going to use the time blocking and the time boxing? What are you thinking? You're going to grab the time audit, right? I gave you a lot of steps. So, the steps are in the description, okay? Do 1, check it off. 2, check it off. If it doesn't apply to you, skip it, okay? I want to make it easy, but I gave you a lot of steps. So, the steps are in the description. Grab those. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. And I'm so happy to support you in any little way. Go ahead.